La Yasha Allah. Majim Rapanagodum, which means to face the east. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwivka, Taba'a, Ratazayaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Latan Lanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalat Lanawa, Kabawap Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawap Yanawa, Wala'a, Dabia Aya Nawa, Banasana Wan, Habor, Hawasha Nawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wataparath, La'awalamyam, Aman. Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. But thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it. Akash the power. In the Hebrew, Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh, Babu Kasha, Nathan Lanawa, Hakach, La Pa'a, Kamakala, Wakamarawa, Hakach, La Tahor, Hamatazarium, Hakach, La Hakwayum, Hamathium, Hakach, Arakawath, Hatma Allah, Lagar Shun, Bashim Yahweh, the water Aman. Catch the power in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you. So be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shah, Barak Lenawa, Wayasha Allah, Wahabayath, Saparium, Barak, Rapah, Magun, Hagun, the generals, captains, officers, troopers, students, sisters, children, and all Yasha Allah, Bashim Yahweh Shah, the water Aman. Bless Israel in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless you, shield, protect the generals, captains, officers, troopers, students, sisters, children, and all Yasha Allah, in the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Haharyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azariah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Ashah, Shemayim, Wa'arataza, Ayathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Ayanawam, Shemaka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashun, Shawama, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Shemaka, Yahweh, Tazaka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashemash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Bayayella, Yahweh, Yashemaka, Makara, Yashema, Apnapashka, Yahweh, Yashema, Taza'athka, Wabawa'athka, Ma'atha, Wa'aid Awalam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help coming from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. he shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, al damayelaka, al ta karaj, wa al ta shakwat, al kayat, hana, al yabyaka, yahamayawan, ra'ash, al aimaka, ya iram yamwa, sawada, wa yata ya atazawa, al taza pawanyaka, amara, lakawa, wanakakidum, magoya, wala yazaka, shamya sha'ala, awada, kaya, nawa tazwa, laba, Yakadwa, Ayaka, Baryath, Yakarathwa, Alahayam, Arawam, Wayashemai, Alahayam, Mawa Abba, Wahagariam, Gabor, Wa Amawan, Wa Amalak, Palashath, Am Yashabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawa, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Ashah, Laham, Kamadyan, Kasayasara'a, Kayabyan, Banakor, Koyashwan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayandara'a, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shayatamwa, Narayatmawa, Ka'irab, Wagaza Wagaza Buck, Wagatazor, Mana'ai, Kel Nasayakamwa, Ashar, Amara, Nairashah, Lanawa, Ath, Na'awath, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagogula, Kakwash, Lapangarawaka, Kaash, Taba Ira Ya Ira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Harayam, Kanthar Datma, Basairika, Wabasa, Wapaska, Taba Halam, Mala'a, Punyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabahawa, Ida I, Wayakaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaadwa, Kaya Atha, Shamka, Yahweh, Labadka, Ayawan, Alkaha, Ratazah. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not sealed, O Yahweh, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasha Allah may be no more in remembrance. They have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabor, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, Ashur also adjoined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Japheth, at the brook of Kazan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeb, yea, all their princes as Zabah, and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O Yahweh, make them like a wheel, and as the stubble before the wind, and as the fire burning wood, and as the flame set up the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm, and fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Saw. Shabby was mean to be seated. All right, Shalom, Israel. This is officially the ISUPK Detroit Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. This is the Sabbath service. We're going to go ahead and get started. The first 7 verses. All right. Just get where we left off. So we're going to start in Genesis, the 41st chapter. All right, we're going to go ahead and get the first 7 verses in the Hebrew. The book of Genesis, chapter 41, and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wayahaya Makwataza Shanathium Yum Wapariah Kalam Wahana Imad Al Hayara, verse 2. Wahana Man Hayara Al Allah Shabai Shparayath Yaparath Mara'ah Wabarayath Bashar Watharayana Ba'akawa, verse 3. Wahana Shabaya Parayath Akar Ra'ath Ayawath Akrayahana Man Haya'ah Wa'ira'ath Mara'ah Wada Kwawath Bashar Wa'ath Madah Na'ah Aratazal Hapara'ath Al Shemath. It's like a Shapath. Hayara, verse 4. Watha Akalana Hapar Wa'ath Ra'ath Hamara Wadawatha Habashar Ath Shemai Hapar Hapara'ath Yapath, Hamarah, Wahabaria, Waya Yaquataza, Paraiah, verse 5. Waya Yashana, Waya Kalam, Shanya, Wahana, Shabai, Shabalayim, Alwa, Bakwana, Akkad, Baraya, Wa'ath, Watab, Wa'ath, verse 6. Wahana, Shabai, Shabal Yawam, Daikwawa, Washadai Yawapa, Kwadayam, Tazamakwa, Tazamakawa, it's like Tazamakawa, Akarion, verse 7. Watabalana, Hashab, Layam, Had Korath, Ath, Shabai, Hashabalayim, Habarayawath, Mahamalawath, Maya Yaquataza, Paraya, Wahana, Kalawam, and that's up to verse 8 in the Hebrew. I'm going to go ahead and get it in the English. This is the book of Genesis chapter 41 and verse 1 in the Hebrew. And it came to pass at the end of 2 full years that Pharaoh dreamed, and behold, he stood by the river. Verse 2. And behold, there came up out of the river 7 well-favored kin and fat-fleshed, and they fed in the meadow. Verse 3. And behold, 7 of her kin came up after them out of the river, ill-favored and lean-fleshed, and stood by the other kin upon the brink of the river. So this is Pharaoh's dream, you understand? And this is the details of that dream. It's talking about how we'll get into it, right? Verse 4. And the ill-favored and lean-fleshed kind did eat up the 7 well-favored and fat kind. So Pharaoh awoke, verse 5, and he slept and dreamed the second time, and behold, 7 ears of corn came up upon one stalk, rank and good. Verse 6, and behold, 7 thin ears, and blasted with the east wind sprung up after them. Verse 7. And the 7 thin ears devoured the 7 rank and full ears. And Pharaoh awoke, and behold, it was a dream. All right, so basically, again, Pharaoh had a dream. You understand? And he, more than likely could not understand what he had a dream about. He couldn't interpret it. All right. Now, I don't know the full breakdown of this, so I'm not going to go super deep in details. I will get more clarification on this. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on, all right? This is the book of Genesis, chapter 41, verse 8 in the Hebrew. Wayahaya, Babaquar, Wat Piram, Rara, Kawa, Wayashal, Wayashalak, Wayakora, Ath, Cal, Karatamya, Matazarium, Wa'ath, Cal, Kakamaya, Kaka, Maya, Wayasapar, Paraya, Laham, Ath, Kalamawa, Wayan, Pawathar, Awatham, Laparia, verse 9. Wayadabar, Shah, Hamshakwayam, Ath, Parai, Lamar, Kata, Aya, Anya, Mazakaya, Hayawam, verse 10. Parai, Quatazapar, Al, Ibad Yawa, Wayathan, Adya, Bam Shamar, Bayath, Shah, Hatab, Kayam, Athya, Wa'ath, Shah, Haparium, verse 11. Wanakala Ma'a, Kalawam, Bauyala, Akkad, Anya, Waha Wa'a, Ayash, Kapar, Tarayan, Kalamwa, Kalamnawa, verse 12. Washam, Athunwa, Nayar, Abaria, Ibad, Lashar, Hatab Kayam, Wanasapar, Lawa, Waya Pathar Lanwa Ath Kalamath Nawa Ayash Kakal Mawa Pathar. Verse 13. Wayahaya Kaashar Pathar Lanwa Khan Haya Haya Athya Hashaya Al Kanya Wa Athwa Thala. Verse 14. Wayashalak Paraya Wayakura Ath Wayasapar What Wayara Yataza'a Taza'awa Mana Habwa'ar Wayagala Wayakapa Shum Layath Yawa Wayabora Al Para'ah. And that's up to verse 15 in the Hebrew. Go ahead and get it in English. This is the book of Genesis chapter 41 verse 8. And it came to pass in the morning that his spirit was troubled. And he sent and called for all the magicians of Egypt. So Pharaoh's spirit was troubled because of this dream. And these dreams that he's having, he can't really quite understand, man. He feels troubled, so he called all the magicians of Egypt. The magicians are the people who can interpret stuff and you know what I mean, read things, right? At that time. And all the wise men thereof. And Pharaoh told his dream, but there was none that could interpret them unto Pharaoh. Verse 9. Then spake the chief butler unto Pharaoh, saying, I do remember my faults this day. So the chief butler, all right, in the previous past, when we was reading last week, we spoke on how the chief butler was in prison. He was in prison with Joseph. And Joseph was having dreams in that prison. Guess who was able to interpret his dream? Joseph. Joseph was able to interpret his dream, which he did do. And when Joseph actually interpreted his brother's dream, Joseph told him, don't forget him, man. You know what I'm saying? Remember him in his times. And guess what? This is the time when the chief butler had remembered. Right? Let's go ahead and get some more. Verse 10. Pharaoh was wroth with his servants and put me in ward in the captain of the guard's house, both me and the chief baker. Verse 11. And we dreamed a dream in one night, I and he. We dreamed each man according to the interpretation of his dream. Verse 12. And there was with us a young man, an Hebrew, servant to the captain of the guard. And we told him, and he interpreted to us our dreams. To each man according to his dream he did interpret. So this is what he's talking about right here, man. He's talking about Joseph, how the Most High gave Joseph that gift to interpret dreams. You understand? And when he gave him that gift, guess what? He used that gift. Even in this prison, the Lord was with Joseph. You understand? Now, the chief butler is starting to remember it, and he's bringing back up the times when his dream got interpreted. All right? Verse 13, and it came to pass as he interpreted to us So it was. Me he restored unto mine office, and him he hanged. Verse 14. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon, and he shaved himself, and changed his raiment, and came in unto Pharaoh. So the chief butler told Pharaoh these things, man. Because guess what? None of the musicians, none of the wise men of that time in Egypt at that time could interpret the dream that Pharaoh was having. You understand? And guess what he had to do? He had to go get a Hebrew. He had to go get the Lord's chosen people. He had to go get, you understand, the Lord's chosen seed to go interpret this dream, man. He snatched Joseph right up out that prison. Right up out of there, man. You understand? Let's get some more. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph and brought him hastily out of the dungeon, and he shaved himself and changed his raiment and came in unto Pharaoh. You understand? Joseph shaved himself, man, cleaned himself up, put on new clothes, you know what I'm saying, freshened up. It's the first thing you do when you get out of a jail or a prison, man. You go freshen up, man, and you know what I mean? You put on new raiment, put on new clothes. All right? And what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna get more. We're gonna get more, man. We're gonna go ahead and go another round. All right? This is the book of Genesis, chapter 41, and verse 15. In the Hebrew. Wayamar, Parayah, Al. Wayasapar, Kalawam. Kala, Matya, Wapata, Ayan, Adwa, Waanya, Shemayathya, Ayak, La'amar, Dashamai, Kalawam, Lapata, Adwa. Verse 16. Wayaan, Wayasapar, Ath, Paraya, La'amar. Balidaya, Ayawam, Ya'ana, Ath, Shalom, Paraya. Verse 17. Wayadabar, Paraya, Al, Yawasapar. Bear with me, Salaki. Baglamya, Han Naya, Imad, Al, Shapath, Hayara. Verse 18. Wahana, Shun, Hayara, Alath, Shabai, Pa'arwa'ath, Baraya, Awa'ath, Bashar, Wayapath, Dara'ah, Watha Rayana. Ba'akawa. Verse 19. Wahana Shabai. Pa'ara'ath. Akarath. Al Yawath. Akar Ya'an. Dalawath. Rara Wa'ath. Ta'ar. Ma'ad. Rara Kawath. Bashar La'ah. Ra'ah Ya'athya. Kahana. Bakar. Arataza. Matazarayim. Lara'ah. Verse 20. Wath Kalana. Hapara'ath. Harakrawath. Wahara'ayath. Ath. Shabai. Hapara'ath. Harashawa. Hara. Hara'ah. Shanawath. Habariath. Verse 21. Wathbana. Al. Wakrarab. It's like it. Quarabana. Wala'ah. Nawada. Kaya. Ba'awa. Al. Quarabana. Wama'ar. Raya. An. Rai. Ka'ashar. Bathkala. Wayakwa. It's like it. Wa'ayam. Quataza. And there's up to verse 22. We'll go ahead and get it in the English. This is the book of Genesis chapter 41 and verse 15 in English. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I have dreamed a dream, and there is none that can interpret it. And I've heard say of thee that thou canst understand a dream to interpret it. Verse 16, and Joseph answered Pharaoh, saying, it is not in me. God shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace. Verse 17, and Pharaoh said unto Joseph, in my dream, behold, I stood upon the bank of the river. Verse 18, and behold, there came up out of the river 7 kine, fat-fleshed and well-favored, and they fed in a meadow. Verse 19, and behold, 7 other kine came up after them, poor and very ill-favored, and lean-fleshed, such as I, never saw in all the land of Egypt for badness. Verse 20, and the lean and the ill-favored did eat up the first 7 fat kine. Verse 21, when they had eaten them up, it could not be known that they had eaten them, but they were still ill-favored, as at the beginning. So I awoke. All right, so this right here is Pharaoh breaking down to Joseph what he's seen in a dream. He understand that Joseph, man, can interpret dreams. All right? So he began to break it down to him. And what we're going to do, man, we're going to go ahead and close the Sabbath service out for the day. You understand? We got to definitely get ready for Major Camp Council. All right? We're going to go ahead and resume for next week. We're going to go ahead and get out of Majim. La Yasha Allah. I'm going to go ahead and salute the scroll. Yahaba Shimi Awashab Brakya. We're going to go ahead and get the Hebrew prayers. Rapana Kodon, which means to face the east. The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Ayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwivka, Daba'a, Ratazaka, Hayah, Asha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Natalanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalatlanawa, Kabawapnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawapyanawa, Wala'a, Dabia'anawa, Manasanawan, Habor, Awashanawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwaf, Waha'ala, Wata'apurath, La Awalamium, Aman. Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. The Kosh, the power, in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh, Kasha, Nathan Lawa, Hakach, La Pa'a, Kal Makala, Wakal Marawat, Hakach, La Tahar, Hamatazarium, Hakach, La Hakwayam, Hamathium, Hakach, Arakawath, Atma Allah, La Garshan, Ba'ashem Yahweh, the water Aman. Kosh, the power, in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh, thank you, so be it. Bless Israel. In the Hebrew, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh, Barak Lenawa, Wayasha Allah, Wahabaya, Sapariah, Barak, Rapah, Magun, Hagun, the generals, captains, officers, troopers, students, sisters, children, and all Yasha'Allah, by Shem Yahushua, the water of mine. That's Israel in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect your generals, captains, officers, troopers, students, sisters, children, and all Yasha'Allah. In the name of Yahushua, the water of mine. Thank you, so be it. Salakia. Psalms 121. In the Hebrew, Asha'a, Ayanya, Al-Haharyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Azariah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Asha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Ayatan, Lamawat, Regalka, Ayanawam, Shemaka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawama, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Shemaka, Yahweh, Tazorka, Al Yad, Yamyanka, Yawama, Hashemash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Bayayela, Yahweh, Yashemaka, Makara, Yashemar, Abnapashka, Yahweh, Yashemar, Tazaatka, Wabawaatka, Mathai, Wa'id Awalam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83, and in Hebrew, Alahayim, Al-Dalayamaka, Al-Takarash, Wa-Al-Tashakwat, Al-Kaya, Hana, Awayabyaka, Yahamayawan, Ra'ash, Al-Aimaka, Ya'arim Yumwa, Sawada, Wayataya Al-Tazwa, Al-Tazapawanyaka, Amara, Lakawa, Wanakakidam, Magaya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Shem Yasha'Allah, Wada, Kaya, Nawa Tazwa, Laba, Yakadwa, Ayaka, Baryath, Yakarathwa, Alahaya, Anawam, Wayashemai, Alahayam, Mawa Abba, Wahagariam, Gabor, Wa Amawan, Wa Amalak, Pulasha, Amyashabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawa, Labanya Lawa, Salah, Asha, Laham, Kamadian, Kasayasara'a, Kiyabian, Banakor, Koyashwan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayandara'a, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shayathamwa, Nadayatmawa, Ka'irab, Wakaza Abba, Wakaza Buck, Wakaza Zar, Mana'ai, Kal Nasiyakamwa, Ashar, Amara, Naira Shah, Lanawa, Ath, Na'awaf, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayathamwa, Kagagula, Kakwash, Lapayarawaka, Ka'ash, Taba Ira Ya Ira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Harayam, Kanthar Datma, Basa Irika, Wabasa, Wapafka, Taba Halam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabahawa, Ad Ya'ai, Wayakapara, Waya Abadwa, Waya Da'adwa, Kayatha, Shemka, Yahawa, Labadka, Ayawan, Alkaha Ratazah. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasha'Allah may be no more in remembrance. They have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabor, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Japheth at the brook of Kizon, which perished at Endor, and became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a Reb, and like Zeb. Yea, all their princes as Zebah, and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O Yahweh, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm, and fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and close it out. In Israel, Aymadyam, Shabbat, Aymadyam, Barak, Yahweh Shimei Shah Brakatah, Yajimata, dismissed.